Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is October 1st, 2025, a Wednesday, which can be a very memorable Wednesday because today is the RBI Policy Day. As we go into the RBI Policy Day, let's look at what has happened for the last few days. Yesterday was some sort of a record. We had 8 down days on the Nifty, and we had actually 9 red candles on the Nifty. When I say ninth red candle, that was the closing was below the opening. So 9 days we have had closing below the opening. Of them, 8 were down days. So this is some sort of a record. The last time it happened was somewhere in 1993 or 94. 30 years ago, this happened. So we are into some extremely bearish territory as far as the sentiment is concerned. Nobody wants to buy. Anybody who buys is afraid and they sell off immediately. And the short sellers come into the picture anyway after the first hour is over. Yesterday was also some sort of a record where the FII data, as far as the options are concerned, in terms of F&O is concerned, in the futures, Nifty futures, they are short 94%. Now, usually a short position of 85% means the market will stabilize. We have had 91 and 92% recently, and the market went up about 2 weeks ago. Today we are sitting at 94, which is the record. Generally, when the whole world is on one side, FIs definitely are showing that they are on one side, both by selling in the cash market as well as having a position in the futures. The retailers are not at all interested in buying in this market. They are confused. The only saving grace is the money which is being pumped by the DIIs, and that too will be challenged in the next week. So before we go there, let us just see what happened yesterday. Yesterday was, as I said, red. Bank Nifty closed better. Mid cap did well. Micro cap and small cap did not do well. Surprisingly, the advances beat the decliners on such a gloomy day. So there is still hope for the bulls. And RBI policy today could be a very interesting one because everybody is going with no expectations. All it needs for the RBI governor to do is what he promised to do, which he said some weeks ago, that RBI will tailor some policies which are focused on those sectors which are affected by Trump's tariffs. Now, whether he reduces interest rates or not is a difficult call to make. If he reduces interest rates, then a fire will be lit under the market, that is for certain. But let's say he doesn't do it because most people are not expecting it. However, if he does something specific to help the industry, then I'm sure market will stabilize and things will only get better. But this will be challenged next week because of two mega IPOs. So as far as we are concerned, as technicals are concerned, the support remains at 24,450 and 25, and resistance remains at 24,800 for the Nifty. For the Bank Nifty, it is 54,200 as the support and 55,000 as the resistance. Now, I have mentioned that I will stop being bullish only if the market trades below 24,300 for a couple of days. Now we are at some 24,600, so we've got some more distance to go. And sometimes at maximum pessimism is when the market bottoms out and turns around, catching everybody on guard. I won't be surprised if it happens, but I'm not saying it will definitely happen, but I won't be surprised. So yesterday, FI sold 2,300 crores, DIs bought double of them, 5,700 crores. So totally 3,435 crores was the net buying. If you take the last 6 months, that is the first 6 months of this financial year, for the first 3 months, FIs were buyers. Last 3 months, they have been sellers. As I mentioned yesterday, in July, they sold 47,000 crores. In August, 46,000 crores. Yesterday, cumulatively, they sold about 35,300 crores. They didn't buy too much in April, May, June. They bought only 2,700, 11,700, and 7,500, which is a pittance vis-a-vis what they sold. Globally, markets are doing very well. Yesterday, US closed in the green. Europe closed in the green. And as far as commodities are concerned, now oil has come down from 70, Brent oil from 70 to 67.5. Gold is beaten very badly in the intraday when we were trading, and gold has again gone back to 3,890. So I think 4,000 is there somewhere close by. Silver has gone up 47 and odd. So that is, silver also was beaten during our trading time. So people thought the top has been achieved. Lots of people talked of doomsday for silver and gold, but today morning is a completely different story. Rupee is at record low. Yesterday, I think it hit 88.80 closing. And the fiscal deficit data has come, which is very good. So there is no worry on the macros. Met Department says this is a record. This is the best monsoon in the last 5 years. So that is also good. Then on the trade talks, India is holding the trade agreement talks with EU, Qatar in first week of October. So things will work out better, unlike US is what I feel. Now there are two big IPOs next week. LG Electronics, which is coming with about 11,500 crores. It opens on 7th October and closes on 9th October. Similarly, around the same time, opening on 6th October, one day before LG, is Tata Capital, which is coming with 15,500 crores. It is ending on 8th October. So this will be a challenge for the market because 26,000 crores IPO are coming in the 2 days' time, which has never happened before. So it's a record. If we are able to go through this and go sail smoothly and not break 24,300, then I think better days are ahead for us in the month of October, because lots of results will not be as bad as expected. They will not be good, but they will not be as bad as expected. Some stocks which may be in focus today. Subex, some two current directors have resigned, so there may be some selling there because director resigning is always not considered good for the stock. Then Ola Electric they are raising some 8,777 crores through preference shares. So there will be manipulation in this. Ola Electric doesn't deserve the prices, but then yesterday I think it got locked upwards. So big players are there and they can do anything. So it could be going higher when the actual issue comes through. And yesterday, Trump talked of some, a site which for discounted drugs like what we have Jan Aushadhi in India. Trump is doing what Prime Minister Modi has done. They're called Trump RX site for discounted drugs. So Pfizer, Dr. Reddy Labs may be in focus. Power Grid has won a big interstate transmission project. So that should be auguring well for Power Grid. Then, because of the anti-dumping duty on PET films and kitchen glassware, Ester, Borosil, and GSFC may be the beneficiaries. Then, what else? Swan Defense has tied up with Samsung Industries. A strategic MOU is there. It's only an MOU at this point of time, so there may be there may be some interest there. Hudco has done very well in this year on year. So this disbursement have been about 44%. So that may also be under focus. Now, finally, US government has shut down. So that will be the top news, which everybody will be talking about as if doomsday has happened. So US shutdown, it has happened many times. I think it has happened about 18 times in the past. So the last time it happened was in 2018-19. That was the longest shutdown of about 34 days. US shutdown doesn't mean that nothing will work. Only certain departments will be shut down. The essential services will be working. So there is, including visas. So there is no problem as far as shutdown is concerned. And generally, people get scared thinking everything will go bad. But if you look at data, finally, people can talk anything. Data tells you that in all the shutdowns, if you take the average, 55% of the time, the market has actually moved up. And 12 months later, almost 86% of the time, it has moved up. So 55% of the time, the markets are not affected by the shutdown, which means it's like a coin toss. Anything can happen. Market can go up or down on any day. So 55% of the time, it is positive. And 12 months from the shutdown, 86% of the time, it is positive. So one can look at it in a positive manner rather than in a negative manner. Yesterday was a very tough day for us. We escaped in profit, but a small profit. But nowadays, getting a small profit intraday on buying and selling is very difficult. I'm sure the same problem the sellers also face because the market is extremely difficult. It's difficult all the time. This is extremely difficult, at least for me. But today I am going with hope and I'm going with a strategy. I think today should be a much better day, and today is also, a big festival, and tomorrow is the final day of the festival. So I wish every one of you a happy festival day and happy Gandhi Jayanti tomorrow. Vijayadashmi and Gandhi Jayanti come together, and tomorrow is a holiday. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining.